Week 13 of the NFL season is here, but before we talk about Week 13, let's kind of recap Week 12 a little bit. Last week, I went 10-4. It's not 12-2, it's not 14-0, but 10-4 is pretty good in my opinion. I'm satisfied with that record for last week, and hopefully here in Week 13, I'm able to do better, or I'll settle for just as good, honestly. But this week, Week 13, it is Thanksgiving week, meaning we get 3 games on Thursday for Thanksgiving, and I love it. Even though, not gonna lie, some of these matchups, they're terrible. I mean, pointless games, honestly. Even though that's the case, I don't care. I mean, it's still football. I'm still going to watch. And, the Lions start off with that game. Bears at Lions. I'm going to take the Bears in this one, man. The Lions are down to their third string quarterback. Stafford has a back injury. Their backup quarterback has a hamstring injury. So now they're going with the third stringer. So, yeah, that sucks, man. You guys know I like the Lions. I like their players. Kerryon Johnson, he's on IR. Darius Slay is still out there playing hard. But, yeah, this Lions team, man. Once you lose your quarterback, you're pretty much done for, honestly. Unless, you had Nick Foles as a backup and you just got lucky. But, yeah, the Lions, they're not going to win this game, honestly. I don't see a third-string quarterback doing well against this Bears defense. But I think Mitchell Trubisky might keep things interesting, might keep this game close, because Mitchell Trubisky is trash. Next game, Bills at Cowboys. The only good game of the day, in my opinion. 2 playoff teams, because I don't think the Eagles are going to come back and take the division from the Cowboys, and I don't think the Bills are going to completely lose out and miss out of the playoffs. I mean, they're 8-3. So both these teams will be in the playoffs. So it's a playoff matchup, kind of. This game's important for the Cowboys because if they lose, they're 6-6. And the Buffalo Bills, even though us from the outside as NFL fans, even though we know damn well the Bills aren't catching up to the Patriots, the Bills players and Bills coaches still think there's a chance and they still believe in their squad. So for them, if they lose this game, they're not winning their division. And obviously, the goal every year is to win your division. So in this game, it's a tough one, man, but I'm going to take the Cowboys at home just because I don't think the Bills are a legit team, and I feel like the Cowboys are overdue for a win against a playoff team. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen that record thrown out there. The Cowboys are 0-4 this season against teams with a winning record. Well, I feel like they get one here versus Buffalo. Next game, Saints at Falcons. Falcons have absolutely nothing to play for. The Saints, well, they're still fighting for a first-round bye, home field advantage. And, the Falcons embarrassed the Saints last time they played, 2-3 weeks ago. So I feel like this time the Saints will come out here and take care of the Falcons. Next game, Titans at Colts. This is going to be a good one, man. Winner of this game stays in the AFC South race. The loser pretty much falls out of it, especially if you're Indianapolis, because Indianapolis has a terrible, terrible conference record, so they can't afford a loss here. And the Titans, they struggle against the Colts for whatever reason, but I think they finally get that monkey off their back and they get a win against Indy in Indy, knocking off the Colts from playoff contention pretty much. Even though they're 6-6, like I said, they have a terrible conference record. They still have to play the Saints, I think the Titans kind of knock them out and they continue on their little hot streak. Next game, Jets at Bengals. The Jets have been playing better as of late, so I am going to take the Jets in this one. The Bengals, Dalton starting again this week, but yeah, I don't think that really means much, honestly. Next game, Redskins at Panthers. I am taking the Panthers in this one simply because they're a way better team. Their defense is good. I like Dwayne Haskins, don't get me wrong, but I think Haskins is going to struggle against that Panthers defense, and I think Christian McCaffrey is going to have his typical Christian McCaffrey game. Next game. This one's going to be a good one, man. Really good one, and I'm glad this game is going to be televised throughout most of the country, even though it's a 1 p.m. game, 12 p.m., or 10 a.m. game, wherever you are. Most people will get to watch this game, and I love it. I think this might be game of the year, quite possibly. The best defense in the NFL versus the best offense in the NFL. I honestly do not know who to take in this one, but usually you guys know, man, I love me some defense, so I'm going to go with the 49ers in this one. I think the Ravens drop one. I feel like the Niners have enough speed in that front seven to stop Lamar Jackson, and I feel like that Niners D-line is absolutely filthy, and they're going to get pressure on Lamar Jackson, and they're going to win this game. Next game, Buccaneers at Jaguars. I don't know, man. I don't know why, but this Jaguars team, I just feel like they've given up. Not on the season, but on their coach. And once you give up on your coach, once the coach loses the locker room, it's over. I think the Buccaneers win this game. I think the Jaguars are just going to pretty much lose out from here on out. Maybe they should have stuck with Gardner Minshew, because ever since Minshew got benched for Nick Foles, or didn't really get benched, but Nick Foles came back, he was a rightful starter. They paid him all that money, so clearly he's going to start. Ever since then, the Jaguars, they haven't really been the same against Indianapolis and Tennessee, even though they got blown out with Minshew by the Texans. I don't know, man. Like, the Jaguars, they're not the same team. They're just not. Next game, Packers at Giants. The Packers are just clearly the better team than the Giants, so I am taking the Packers in this one. I feel like the Packers will rebound, beat up on a pretty bad Giants team after getting destroyed by the Niners last week. Eagles at Dolphins, I'm taking the Eagles. Like I said last week, I think the Dolphins are done winning, so I'm going with the Eagles, and the Eagles are, in my opinion, clearly the better team. Dolphins, well, they got 2 wins. They're done winning. Next game, Raiders at Chiefs. This one should be a good one too, but I'm going to take the Chiefs. Gotta go with the Chiefs in this one, man, simply because I don't think the Raiders' run game can go toe-to-toe with Patrick Mahomes. But hey, you never know, man. Like, Tennessee did it. So maybe the Raiders can do it, but the difference between Tennessee and the Raiders is Tennessee has a good defense. The Raiders, not so much, so I am taking the Chiefs. Rams at Cardinals. I am taking the Rams in this one. The Rams, they're a hot mess, but I still think they're better than the Cardinals. But not for long, because I feel like next year, if the Cardinals have a good free agency, a good draft, a good offseason, I feel like they will overtake the Rams as the third best team in the NFC West. Browns at Steelers. I am taking the Browns in this one. The Browns are slowly inching their way back into the playoff picture, and the Steelers, yeah, even though they're 6-5, I just don't like the Steelers. They have a good defense but a terrible quarterback, and yeah, I don't like the Steelers. They remind me of the Texans when they had Ryan Fitzpatrick Brian Hoyer, Brock Osweiler. Good defense, terrible quarterback. I don't trust the Steelers team. Next game, Chargers at Broncos. Drew Lock's first start. I'm going to go with the rookie, man. Phillip Rivers has been playing terrible as of late. Yeah, he had a bye week to rest, but I think Phillip Rivers is done, and the Broncos have a good defense, so I'm going with the Broncos. Next game, Patriots at Texans. I am taking the Texans in this one. I think the Texans have too many weapons for the Patriots defense to stop, and I feel like Tom Brady's on the decline, and the Texans secondary will be good enough to stop Tom Brady. Next game, Vikings at Seahawks. I am taking... This is a tough one, man. It's going to be a good game, too. I'm taking the Seahawks in this one, though. I think they're a better team. I don't quite trust Kirk Cousins yet, man. I don't trust him against Seattle, in Seattle, on prime time. So, going with the Seahawks in this one. And, yeah, that's pretty much my predictions for the week. Comment down below your own predictions for the week. And be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.